Good evening, everybody. We have another one of those shows about to happen. Yes, indeed. Here we are. And it's another Bluetooth Jubilee variety show. Surrounded by blue. My gosh, what timing, what cue. So, hopefully everything's going to go smoothly tonight. Let me just bring down my wonderful background music. It's posing challenges to some of my stuff here, my equipment. If you could only see what my meters are all doing right now. Well, let's see. I sure do hope we are going to be loud enough and all that kind of stuff. As you can see, I got a little bit of echo going on. Let's just click that off there. Bloop. And we're in mono mode. Yes, everything should be working. Okay. And as you see, I got lots and lots of background music going still. All right, let's bring that on down. Yeah. Okay. Well, today's show, I'm anticipating quite a lot of cool stuff. As I listed already in the previews, in the description area, I got, for this week, I wrote down most of the stuff that I'm planning on covering. So let me just switch over here and bring up the comments. So let me get I gotta get this thing hidden out of the way. Goodbye. And get this thing hidden out of the way. Da-da-da. And get this thing in the front. And now I can look at the comments. Let's see any comments coming in here. So, oh, I don't see any comments. I don't see anything. Oh no. Well, something's wrong. Let me just see what's going on here. 1 second. Gee, I had comments a little earlier today. All right, let's see. Something's wrong. Something's messed up. Probably, oh, I know what happened. Everything's going to be messed up because I unplugged the camera and had to plug it back in again. And if that doesn't always make things crazy, nothing does. Frames per second, I don't think so. 2550, okay. Buffering, refresh. And hopefully you're going to see something in a second. So let's see. There, good. Ta-da. All right, thank goodness. I thought everything was broken. You know how everything breaks just before the show. So, okay, let me just look at that. My comments thing is like huge. How'd this happen? I don't know. But, oh my gosh, the pressure is on. Roland says his niece is coming. And so, let me see if I can't get things shrunk down a little bit here. Ta-da! All right, well, at least it fits in there now. Okay. All right, so so that's cool, Roland. I look forward to that happening. And I don't know why everything's so gigantic. Let me just double check something. I must have something set up kind of strange. Because it's like amplifying. Oh, no wonder. Good Lord. Let's see, 1024 by 760. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be. And let's see. I'll check. Oh no, I've broken everything now, folks. You'll just have to bear with me. I would go, this happens if you trip over a plug. You are asking for it. So, this might be able to happen, it might not. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. I'll try one more time. And I guess I'm just going to have to go with that. Okay, well that works. At least that works. So let's bring this up here. Okay, great. So, let's see. My gosh, you wouldn't believe how much is blowing everything up over here. Oh, Lord. Well, the text isn't going to be very, very beautiful because I had to, I don't know, something's not working. It's going to be problems today, so we'll have to see what happens later on. Yeah, it's just big problems. One second. I've got to crank this thing down. It can't be that big. 1280 by 720 is probably what I want. And 25 to 50. Check it out, color space, yeah, ba-da-ba-da. And just add it back in again. Because it's saying, sheesh, no way did I want this to be happening. There we go, start tech. All right, good. Now at least that's happening again. Oh, moving the wrong thing. Sorry about that. But it was getting a little ludicrous how tiny the actual stuff was on my screen, and everything was like blown up, and there you go. So, so now at least things are back to normal, and I'm not blowing up the computer as much as I was a moment ago. All right, T. Oh, sorry about that. All right, a little delay to the program beginning. Okay. Well, so let's get to the mind map right away because I've already wasted half an hour talking about stuff. So let's go ahead and look at that part. Swink. And of course it's all screwball too. Oh gosh, everything just went completely discombobulated as a result of this. Okay. Sorry about that. Reset size. All right. So here we have the show. Okay, so here we have the show. And still not actually working right. But while I'm doing something else, I'll have to mess with that later on down the road. Okay? So, what do we have in score in line today? Well, we have... I do want to talk about a YouTube feature to cover a little bit of use of annotations, mixing live with graphics, setting up a live event with it. You know what? After all this rigmarole, just forget about it. Let's go to a nice flute interlude. Okay, so let's go to that. Whew, good grief. Ay, I tell you, it's not one thing, it's another. Okay, so you have this over here, you have this over here, you got nothing in the background. All right, it's amazing that this worked at all. Okay. All right, see if I can get that. Stay still. And turn on some reverb. Okay. Well, sorry about that, folks. Looks like we had a whole lot of problems. Not that that's never happened before. Okay. Okay, so turn on a synthesizer would be a good idea. Get this pedal over here. Let's go up to random sound. There we go. Okay. Well, we got a flute interlude in there anyway. Heck, I wasn't going to make you wait that long for all those flubs and live TV screw-ups and not get a flute something right away as soon as I could. Anyway, yeah, okay. I hope you liked that one. That was kind of nice. Now, let's see. Let's see if I can get these the comments to show up. And okay, here we go. Back to the comments, please. All right, there we go. Aha. So there were, as people were listening to the opening tunes, we had a few people wondering whether or not the music was live in the beginning. The first hour was a live performance, but it's a playback of a live performance from actually last year. Okay, so so that's what you're hearing then. But then I improvise all the rest of the music as the show goes on. Otherwise, I'd be accused of being one heck of a lip sync artist. Incredible. So yeah, but I do at the end of the show, I usually sneak in a flute. So the keyboards are going, but then I sneak in the flute over the top while you're still seeing the effects. So that is live, me playing along with the recording basically. All right. So ta-da! What's sleeping? Who sleeps during this thing? Okie dokie. Thank you. Yeah, it's always a good idea to show up near the time if you want to see me do my sneak flute thing behind without putting the camera on. So, all right. Oh, Belize has turbulence, so I can't stand that. Turbulence is just so, not useful. Okay, let's see. And let's see. And yes, I have more windows open than Michael has open during a Plusword game. That's indeed true. That's always been true because I have more monitors than Michael has. Well, I mean, they're all over the house, and I am counting TV sets, but nonetheless. So, okay, hey everybody, hey Bill, live flute interlude, yes. Yeah, it's a flutelude. Okay. Okay, chair dancing, huh? Okay. Oh, and stool dancing too, yeah. Trillathon for flute and keyboard. Yes, I am good at the trills. And so there you have it. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Okay, cool. Hey, everybody's enjoying the thing. And let's see. Okay, I guess. Wrapped up into one place. Carson Letterman, I know, isn't it something? Hey, that's why I even make the total screw-ups hilarious, don't I? It's just, I amaze myself. But anyway, okay, great, there we go. All right, so let's go over to the videotape and talk about what we're having in the show this week. And I kind of shrink this over here when I'm interfering with my scene, you know what I mean? Something like that. And, oh no, what have I done? Get back over there, get back over there. Okay, and, geez, I just can't seem to make stuff work tonight. Is there a full moon somewhere or something? I mean, what's going on here? Ay, ay, ay. All right, get that big again. There, okay. And get this over here, get this over here. And, yeah, I see a green screen in the background. All right, let me try to make something work. Is something going to work today? All right, let me see. I think this is the one I use. I'm going to have to you're going to have to watch me readjust every single one of my scenes because they all got messed up when I yeah, they all got messed up when I did my cropping and stuff. Oh well. What can I say? I'll just move stuff around, that's all. I'll have to move it in. So, okay, so this week, some stuff on YouTube, and I'm going to do that later. Talk a little bit on Udemy, perhaps. In the Pixlr tricks of the week, we're going to do a gradient mask with Pixlr, and I'm going to go deeper into making use of bad images. Bad image. So, so we're going to tame those bad images and get them so that they're looking good. And we're going to do another Audacity multi-track recording, although we're not going to have the multiple keyboards because I couldn't fit the keyboards in here. And I need more wires too. I need 18-foot cables or longer. So tonight I wanted to do a guided meditation with, by the Robert Fritz thing, and I did in show number 2, but in case you missed that thing, I was going to do it again and do it sort of near the beginning of the show. So, well, what I'll do is I'll make an annotation that you can click and jump to the guided meditation or something like that, maybe. Anyway, the sound effect of the week is afternoon crickets. Again? No, I don't think I ever did afternoon crickets. Also, I do have a free background music of the week. I just forgot to write it down. I think it's called, let's see, Free Flying is the name of it. And I've already have it queued up. So, so we're going to do that later on. All right, get my hand on the right keyboard here. Another of Google's amazing tools I'm going to cover. I'm going to point out where Peter Diamandis' blog is in case you love this super abundance kind of stuff, which I do. Let's see. Into the Deep Zone. I will cover the map is not the territory, and I'm going to show you some sites where people actually ask these questions, where they wonder if electromagnetic waves do not exist, or radio, light, or electromagnetic waves. Do they exist? These are people actually asking these questions. Now, we've been brought up all your life that these things exist, right? But some people are still asking whether they do or not. Well, we'll find out. Why does magnetism exist, for instance? There's a good question. Why does gravity exist? Huh? Now the gravity of that question is unbelievable. And finally, that's the whole idea that the universe perhaps just happens into existence, and that's what we're going to cover a little bit later on after things get so worn out that we're out of other topics or something. I don't know. Anyway, today's shared mind map of the week is the CamStudio video class mind map. It was a course I had put together years ago on how to do CamStudio, and I shared it on my screencast tutorials website for the longest time. But then, and it was a JavaScript map, so you could click on it and open up and close mind map things. But now JavaScript is so difficult to make work with Chrome and Firefox that that I just decided, hey, there's a map I haven't had out there to give away, so I made it public, and now it's out there so people can use that too. Okay, we're going to do some more image search tools stuff, and in fact, we're going to do that next. Okay, after the next musical interlude, and so. But we're going to do a search for tree frogs. You're going to see how to use that image search thing a little bit deeper, okay? Where we're going to look for images similar based on an image itself that we're going to upload. How do you like that? And so that's the thing. And I have a couple shared posts of the week. Well, not really, but we didn't talk about them last week. I have this video on controlling your CPU load in OBS, and one on video production basics, and another one on the YouTube channel setup, both of which I did at the SMMSmarties thing with Roland Takaoka, which was two really, really great shows. Video production basics was not that wasn't featuring me. It was featuring a special guest, but the YouTube channel setup was something we just did with like 10 minutes to figure out what we were going to talk about, because we had our usual panelists, two of them not able to make it, and so it was like, well, Terry, can you talk about anything for an hour? And of course I can. Well, this is a 2.5 hour show. I mean, I think we're starting to figure out Terry can talk. But I used to be a college professor, and 2.5 hours, 3 hour class lecture was a piece of cake. Okay, so so what else could be going on around here? Let's see. That's it for my list. So let's do a flute interlude and then jump into the Pixlr tutorial. Well, actually, no, the image search tutorial that I wanted to show you. Okay, so let's go ahead to here, and this time it'll be looking for one that says here we go. Okay, so we're just going to do a flute thing right now. So let me get this over here. Make sure my blue juice is well out of the way. You can knock, flute things. It's easy to knock stuff with them. Not that I've ever done that, but I imagine I could if set out to do it. Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's go with this, and let's go with that, and I was just mic over here was a little bit closer. Ta-da-da-da-da. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, well, I was going to crank it up. That's what I'll do. Hello. All right. Okay, this just a flute one. What kind of flute one? Wait a minute. Do I have too much? No, that's okay. This one's, that's off in the distance, okay. Okie dokie, here we are. Something a little lively. Yeah. I love that key. I love that key. Good old E minor. How can you lose? Especially E minor to C. I mean, it's the greatest. Okay, let's see what else we can do now. Let's move on to the Pixlr thing. Numero uno. Okay, so I'm going to do a, how shall I present this? Let's see, how about, let's see, soup, there we go. I'm going to make this nice and big and move on over to Pixlr, and there we go. All right, it's going to stall for a second. Apps, Pixlr editor. Okay, there we go. Oh, first I was going to do the search. Doop. Okay, so there's a search done with Google. Okay, and this is for tree frogs. Okay, now, as you know, I've got this labeled for reuse for modification. And although I've got this super list of free things, this is always cool. It's always useful. Because I can go and find something that's like, something that's not Wikimedia. Let's see. Let's just do tree frogs. And I'll try to find something commercial. And there we go. I'm looking for something that I know is commercial. Well, anyway, I can find something that I think would be pretty useful. Okay, but it's not free, and so I can grab the image URL. Okay, now I hope you can see that. Let me see if I got to zoom in. See, grab image, copy image URL. So that's one way to get it. You go ahead and copy the image URL, and then you can go up to the top and click on this little camera thing here. Yeah, little camera thing. Did you ever notice there was a little camera in the search box for Google Images? Well, there is. And you can paste the image URL in and search by image. Okay, so now it will look for images similar to this one here, and we'll find visually similar images. Isn't that cool? So now that I've found visually similar images, I can now go to my usage rights and filter it by license and look for the ones that are not, that are labeled for reuse with modification. And so now I find a bunch of images here. Okay, pretty neat, huh? So, and then you can go deeper and deeper into this. Now let's say I also want to find one of these. This is a Wikimedia thing, so of course it's Wikimedia Commons. This is their library of media images. Another place you can go is over here on the right. Let me just oh gosh, I hope you've been seeing. I haven't been watching what I'm doing. Yes, I have to edit the scene. Okay, 1 second. Forgot that I'm going to have to edit the scene. Position, reset size, reset cropping. And why didn't that work? All right, I'm mystified. It's not showing my whole box. All right, just go ahead and I'll make it work over here. Swing. There we are. Okay, because what I want you to see is this content that's over here on the right. And because of the size of things, it got messed up. Okay, so as you see here, and I don't know what's going on in the background. Pay no attention to those glasses you see in the background. There we are. As you see this right here, search by image also exists in the when you click on a picture. Okay? So I can also search by image and find more images like this one. And visually similar images. Bingo. And I click on the usage rights and go for the labeled for reuse with modification, and now I have it. Okay, isn't that awesome? And of course, don't forget, all the other search things work. You can look for transparency and all that kind of stuff. See, under color, you can click transparent, which means like there's only one. But you can find different criteria to go with. And remember, transparent just means that the white background area is clear, so you can put it on top of any background and you'll only see the image. All right, so that said, imagine you go for the free ones, the label for reuse, and the image is flawed. It's got trouble, it's got problems, but it's definitely the image you want, okay? So we're going to go here to open image from computer because I happen to have one hanging around. Oh, in fact, actually, I can open it from my library because I kept one in there. Yeah, that's me. Let's go. Won't take too long. Thank you. Actually, I did go ahead and, what am I even thinking? Pictures, desktop. And I have a picture of a specific type of tree frog here. Okay, so there we have my tree frog. Okay, so now I can go ahead and blow this thing up again, because we don't need to be seeing all these ads on the side. There we go. And I got to reset my palette locations. There we have it. Okay, we have a good scene now. Now you notice this picture is a little funny. It's fuzzy. You know, it's the gray. The black is not black. It's kind of like fuzzy. It's just like it's indistinct. The contrast. What's happening is the contrast is very low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this thing and duplicate the layer so that I can work on a copy. Okay? And I'm going to go up here to adjustment and pick out the good old curves adjustment, which is always my go-to when I need to adjust the contrast of anything. The way contrast works with this is that the steeper the line is, the more contrast you have, but you can make it so it has more contrast just in the darks and leave the lights alone, or you can make, well, you always give up somewhere. You're always going to give up contrast somewhere to make more contrast somewhere else because you're bending the line. But what I'm going to do is, I don't really need a lot of contrast in the black, so I'm pulling this down and getting it good in black. And I also notice that these highlights now are a little bit blown out, so I'm going to pull back down, and I'm going to push up in the middle and just kind of pull down these highlights a little bit because they're blown out. Okay, and I'm going to push up in the middle here, and I may have to push up in a couple spots. I just want to bring up the middle part of the information. So now I've got lots and lots of contrast in the highlights so that it brings out the details that were blown out. Okay, so see how funny the curve looks? I mean, I could have gotten even more radical. You can keep adding points as you need them. You just click and it adds a new point, and now you've got another spot that you can pull around and shape and change the contrast. Remember, wherever it's steeper, that is the portion, and we're talking the grayscale, by the way. Down here, the dark grays, then you had your middle grays in the center here, and then lighter and lighter grays, and then the super light grays up to pure white. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking and increasing the amount of contrast in these different gray areas. So here I got lots of contrast just in this range to bring out the shadows. Okay, and I've made my blacks blacker because, as you saw, the blacks were grayish, and so I made blacks blacker by pulling this down. And then I said, well, I don't really need a lot of contrast in this little tiny range here, so I made that flat, gave up some contrast so I could make more contrast right here. Okay, because these lighter middle grays, I wanted more contrast. I didn't really care about these darker than middle grays, okay, as much. So you always steal some to make some. So now, you just see now, hopefully I've demystified the curves tool so that you won't be afraid of using it. You can also work on specific colors, but that's rarely necessary nowadays because usually the color does not need correction. But in the old days, for color correction, for removing blue casts, from using the wrong kind of film, indoor film outdoors or outdoor film indoors, which would make a red cast. Used to have to use this tool a lot to color correct, and so back then you would actually use measurements and change the red, green, and blue settings individually, and that would balance the color back to, correct the color back so the whites were white and stuff like that. But not as necessary with modern cameras. You may still find a use for it if you're scanning old photographs or old slides, and you may find a use for doing this. And if anybody wants to see a color correction tutorial down the road, let me know. I'm sure I can find some pictures that need it. All right, now you saw I made a separate copy here, so I did a pretty good blast on here. I could, if I thought I did it too much, I could pull back the opacity of the upper layer and mix the two so that I had a little less extreme of a setting. So there you go. So there's just pulled back just a little bit, pulled back to 80. So I pulled it back by 20%. So that I did use some of the grays, let some of that gray come through, and you see that exposed a little more of that way in the background stuff that had gotten kind of darkened out of existence. All right, so I get a good balance. So that's why I work on a copy, so that I can always use the opacity slider on the upper layer and pull things back a little bit. All right, well, I hope that demystified that for you. It's one of my favorite things in the world. It's so much you can do with the curves control. Just remember, the steeper the curve, the more contrast you've applied to that region of the grayscale. And the flatter, that's where you're stealing contrast, where you're making less contrast. Okie dokie. All right, that's Pixlr for today. Glad I could make that work. And here we go. Let's go through, and we'll leave our little turtle or frogs over here. Okay. Oh, look at people like this stuff. Pixlr tutorials. Okay. And it looks like I played okay flute. Good. Always glad to see that. And yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Well, let's see. Okay. Yep. And by the way, Pixlr, yes, Pixlr is an online program. This is not the downloaded version that I'm using here. This is the online version that I'm using. Okay. So yeah, I've never downloaded it. I always just use the online version. Okay. So it's very capable, and you do get these ads in it. You can try full page, and you know, I've been having trouble getting it to even work in Firefox lately. Don't know why, but I'm running Chrome on this machine today, and so I had to, because the latest update of Firefox broke it again. Don't ask me what's going on. Okay, so there you have it. Now, how about we quickly jump over to the audio library, since I'm already full screen, and talk about today's sound effect of the week. Okay, and that would be this one right here called Flying Free. So let me play this for you, and then I'll use it as my background music for a while. So here we go. I hope you're going to hear this. I don't see anything. Oh my goodness. It's not showing any sound coming in. Golly. What next? Well, we might not be able to get sound from this thing today. Oh, no. No, we have to. We have to get sound, because I have a real surprise that involves sound later on. So let me go look at this. All right, let me go look at the settings. You know, this is what happens when you trip over a wire on the way to getting everything done, and you trip over a wire, and bingo, it breaks everything. And all I did was unplug a webcam and plug it back in again. So, all right, let's see if I can get this thing working. 1 second. I'm amazed that, yeah, look at that. It's really giving me trouble. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Okay. All right. And that doesn't work. That should be my webcam. Of course, webcam is in use already. Yeah. No, it's not giving me audio at all. Oh, great. Oh, I see why. Okay. Good grief. When I added it back in earlier, it broke everything. Okay, so I'll check. I'm just having nonstop thrills and trills around here. All right, remove that. Put it back in again. I'm very exasperated at the moment because my StarTech just isn't working at all. Now it's not working for anything. Okay, so let's get it working. Configure, weave, HDMI, VVID, and that's the 3, line in. Everything looks right. Looks perfectly okay in here. And the inner listing done. I'm sorry. Looks like we've got to take a break while we try to get this stuff working. Because if I can't see the video, then we're in big trouble. May have to stop streaming, come back, shut down OBS, and come back up again. Not like that's never happened before. You'll just see me disappear for a few seconds. All right, try that. And then I'll go back again. Try that. Nah, it's not working. Okay, I'm going to stop screaming and be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yes, it just broke. Let's see. Okay, I guess that's going to go off. All right, status good. That's what I had to do. I had to actually shut down my streaming software and start it up again. Because when I chipped over that darn cord, everything went completely kablooey. So, what the heck? Get the heck out of here. When you see Terry messing up left and right, you know it's time for a musical interlude. As immediately following. All right, that's what we're going to do. What's this? Really fast. Oh, it sounds like I got a lingering note. I do. 1 second. That was it. Okay. Ta-da. Alrighty. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Okay, another lively piece. I'm going to slow way down though next time. I'm going to be real slow. Okay, let's see if we can get flying free happening now. Okay, yes, we were going to do that, weren't we? So, let's see if I can hear any sound coming through this thing. Let's see. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. And make that be. Oh, I don't hear anything yet. All right. Well, we may be out of luck. This is a real crisis because we're supposed to be hearing sounds coming out of this sucker tonight. Good Lord, this is really horrible. I've got to get my sounds. I've got to. Audio out to desktop. I wonder if there's something I just got turned down somewhere else. Oh, yes. That could be it. No. Oh, that was it. Let's try it now. Harry, do you think you should go in there? How come you say that every single time the music is spooky? I didn't mean it. And why do you keep speaking as if you had a falsetto voice? You don't. I'm sorry, golly. I just like doing it. You are strange, indeed. Okay, well, so this is Flying Free, okay? And I think it's a pretty cool background music, and it's our background music of the week. Finally got it working. I don't believe it. This is great. All right. Boy, oh boy, I need a drink of Bluetooth after that. Okay. So yes, will miracles never cease? That's what I get for touching anything today. All righty. So there's your, that's Flying Free. That's the soundtrack of the week. I hope you enjoy it. Now, I didn't actually pick a super sound effect of the week because it's such a basic thing, but it's Afternoon Crickets long, and it's a good little sound effect. Okay, that's very useful because it is 2 minutes and 10 seconds of nonstop crickets going. Okay, so hopefully you can hear that I'm out in Cricketville. Okay, so. But just so you know, this doesn't change. It just keeps on being crickets for a whole 2 minutes. So it doesn't change a lot. But that's, what can I say? Sometimes you need crickets, don't you? Would you say? I would say sometimes you need crickets. And in fact, whoa, what's this? Top of a head. That's not what I meant to get. Stop that. Okay, so, ta-da! Here we go. I am so great at this. Okay. Ta-da-da-da-da. Well, anyhow, I think that one of the things I really like doing a lot, as you know, and have been attempting to do for quite a while, is a good, classy, what do you call it? The eyes closed segments. I've been wanting to do an eyes closed segment for quite a while, and I've got these guided meditations I could do, or there's tons of other types of eyes closed segments we could probably do, but that's a possibility, just maybe. But gee, I have to take a look over here. 1 second. I'm hearing like a little bleeping noise. Okay. Okay, let me just get something going. Okay, we're going to try to do an eyes closed segment, and let's see what we get. Okay. Oops. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Not hearing anything. As we left our two friends last week, stuck out in the middle of a bog in the middle of South Carolina. Okay. Oh. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Start over. Start over. Start over. As we left our two friends last week, stuck out in the middle of a bog in the middle of South Carolina.
I think I have an idea if my cell phone can get a signal out here in this godforsaken place.
Okay.
Hello?
Judge Periwinkle, Albert and I are stuck out here in the middle of a bog in the middle of South Carolina, but our client is innocent. Is there anything you can do to delay matters until we can extricate ourselves from this situation?
Well, I can try, but until then, you better try calling Fred Farnsworth as soon as possible at 555-555-121.
What was that last number again?
The line dropped.
We'll get him back again.
I'm trying.
Hello, it seems the line...
No. Get him back.
Drat! It seems my battery's dead from the phone getting wet.
Albert? Kenzie? Are you out there?
To be continued. Shut that announcer up. We're out here, Maybelline.
Maybe we need a new announcer. Is that mime guy available?
I resent that.
Who were you two talking to?
Meanwhile, in a room adjoining the judge's chambers...
You will never get away with this, you fiend!
And you thought you had me. Think again, Periwinkle.
Wait!
Excuse me.
Judge Periwinkle's arch-nemesis, Caroline Harlot, just zapped his memory banks with her memory-zapping pistol. Did the judge contact Fred Farnsworth in the nick of time? Meanwhile, back at the bog...
Boys, get yourselves out of there.
Gladly.
I'm sopping wet! To be continued. Well, after they dry off. Scene 2. 4 packages of paper towels later, Albert and Kinsey proceed up the banks from the alcove. Up by the street, they see the town drunk, Otis. Looks like a giant couple of tuna fish.
Who are you? Is there a car nearby?
And who are you calling a tuna fish? I may be able to tune a guitar, but I definitely cannot tune a fish. Off in the distance, a flashlight appears.
Boys, are you over there?
Now I hear an angel. I swear, I hear an angel. The town drunk, Otis, is walking 1 foot up on the curb and the other down on the macadam.
You, sir, are drunk.
Oh, thank God. I thought I was ambulatorially challenged. Will Maybelline ever meet up with the gang? Will Otis ever walk straight again? What about that judge guy? Is he still zapped? Tune in next week to find out. I hate being wet.
Me too.
All righty. There you have it. And may we have our stars appear on the screen, please? Yes. Oh, that's it. Just take up the whole frame. Ah, yes. Thank you, Michael Daniels, Andrew Hatchett, and Heather Crafter for being dynamite radio stars. Indeedified. Okay, and as you can see, I had to wear multiple headphones so they could hear me without a delay and all this kind of stuff. So, actually, they probably heard me 6 times because I think my mic... Is this working? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that is working. So they heard me. So I didn't need this thing. Anyway, we finally got things working there. And so there we have it. And hey, is Heather Crafter in here too? Oh, there she is. Oh, that's great, hiding behind the thumbnails. Okay, yeah. And sorry, I just this thumbnail thing. There we go. Okay, there we go. And so yes, this was the voice of Caroline and Maybelline. Yes, indeed, the voice of what the heck did I call you?
Kinsey.
Kinsey, yes, Kinsey. Oh yeah, I'm great at these names. Yes, and I was Albert.
And gave me a cell phone.
And I gave him a cell phone. Yes, yes. Well, you notice the dialing was a little slow, so
Yeah.
yeah. And Michael Daniels as the pernicious Judge Periwinkle, and sound effects master extraordinaire.
Sound effects, that's right.
So,
Listen,
I did pretty good actually with all the rehearsal that I screwed up. I think I did
I was
pretty
going to
well.
say, we rehearsed this for like 10 whole minutes, so, I mean, that was really darn good.
it really was. So yeah, and I was going to originally try to get some echo on her out in the bog, you know, but I couldn't get that together. So anyway, I'm just glad.
I think it worked. I think it worked.
All right, so let's see. So we go to the comments stream and see if anybody has left yet. I mean, how they like it.
Yeah, right.
So
there's no one left now, I'm sure.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Everything's changed again. Seems every single time I touch this darn thing, everything changes. Okay, so let's make these texts big. And oh no, not that big. No, not that big. All right. So we got clapping. Got that was fun. Let's see. Oh look. Oh no, Andrew, come back. Ah. Okay. So it's covering up Andrew's face somewhat. All right, so there we go. So, okay, so yes, indeed. Yeah. Oh, did Heather Crafter, she did her fake Southern accent for us. Yes. Uh-huh. And Michael Daniels with an English accent, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there we go. All right. So, oh, and you had a good tune. Okay, so I'm going back in time here. I got to get used to what you do, Michael, and go back to the beginning first and move forward. You know what I mean?
You have to kind of roll ahead for each one. Yeah, you have to roll ahead for each one.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, so there we have it. And yes, that was the Tree Frog. That's what we'll call it, the Tree Frog theme song. In fact, actually, one of my best friends from high school, who I was in a band for years with, Michael Cello, is still playing active in Florida, and he named his 2-man band the Tree Frogs. So that wasn't the inspiration for my Tree Frogs thing, but I guess it was subliminally in the back of my mind. So yes, and the Google Gremlins were loose today. No, those were no Google Gremlins today. Those were me. Yes, I did my own Gremlins today. Okay, so I actually had it turned off on the other computer, okay, so I have no excuse. So I'd love to blame Google. You know, I do often enough. So, okay. But I usually don't admit it. All right, so there you have it. There you have it. So now what can we do to top that? Nothing. So forget it. We'll just go home. And you guys can all go to bed now. And, oh. All right, well, thanks a lot, you guys. Are you going to hang out and watch some more of the show? Yeah? Okay. So I've got my stars. My stars are going to take a rest. And you see, look, they can actually see me. They can see me over there. See me. They see me. They can see that I'm down there. So actually,
Hey, can I do something? Can I tell the people watching something that I got to witness? Am I allowed to do that, or is it behind the scenes? Nobody's allowed to know stuff.
No, in this case, you are allowed to tell all.
You'll let me? Okay.
Yes, this is the show
Okay.
all.
I have to say, show all, tell all. Michael, Andrew, and I have all been sitting here watching this whole time, so we got to see him do the flute and the keyboards and the whole 9 yards. And I got to tell you, the man is really rocking it. I've never been able to watch that before, so that was really cool. He was over there bopping around. And yeah, every time you do that, Terry, the whole thing is moving.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's an old house.
I just had to share because I'm sitting back here typing to Michael, this is so awesome.
That's cool. Well, now I have
now
to
we
figure out what
need.
to
Now
do
we just need. Now we just need to know what's our next program, because I just want to sit here and watch you do it. So you go ahead, Terry.
Okay. All right. So, what, you want me to improvise another radio program?
Well, not right now. No, we're not ready for that. No, I mean, I would like to sit here in silence and watch your
All right.
awesomeness. So
Okay.
go ahead.
That's what they're going to do while I'm doing something else. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys later. And yeah, if you want to chime in, just unmute yourselves and holler in my ear. I'll hear you. Okay, so, and there was the massive script. Yes, the script that's going into the archives at the Smithsonian someday, as soon as they get drunk enough to want to do such a thing. Alrighty, so let's see. What else? Oh, all right, back to the comments. Let me just shrink this down. Beep, beep. Okay, there we go. Back to the comments. Ah, there we are. Okay. Almost Dr. Demento-ish. Yes. Yes, as you can tell, she was very nervous. She was sweating bullets waiting for the cue, because I had them waiting in this message box sitting over there. It's like, okay. All right, so, oh, and by the way, I just want to let you in on something. That when I shared the script with these folks, immediately I get a call, like, what was it, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Heather and Michael are trying to get me in, so because Michael's already digging into his own sound effect collection, picking out all the sound effects that he's going to use in this thing as soon as he saw the script, like within minutes. And so I wasn't at this computer.
Hey, you want to get a couple of crazy people very excited? You give them a script and say, "What do you guys think?" That was the end of that, right?
That was it. Definitely.
You might regret saying jump in if you have something to add. You just might regret that, Terry. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, I went to bed too early that night.
It's all my fault. All right, so anyway, that was so cool.
We would like you to say in the comments if you think that we should continue this story and maybe have some ideas for Maybelline, because I don't think I had enough lines. I'm just saying.
She didn't have enough lines. Neither did Michael, but Michael had to do the sound effects too, you know. So.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
For you guys. God.
Okay, so what should we do next? Golly. Oh, look, Froggy from the Bog, or Frog from the Bog. Yes, Frog from the Bog. Okay, so, all right, so there's our comments for that. And Geez, I don't know what's going on with my poor computer. It got so messed up when I tripped over that wire. It had all my sizes are screwball and everything that I had set up before, but that's okay. We'll just keep adjusting stuff as we go along. You get to see the little thing behind the scenes. Speaking of behind the scenes, I wanted to show everybody how I actually set up the show. And because a lot of people are wondering, well, how do you do this live streaming stuff? I'm not going to go into the OBS side of it, but I thought I'd show you how do you start a YouTube live event and then create the event page for Google Plus. So that I'm going to do that in a few minutes. Continued after this musical interlude. Yeah, musical interlude. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to bring up. We're going to turn off the echo on this channel, and this is just going to be keyboard. Okay, so let's see. Here we are. Da-da-da. No flute this time. So let me switch over here to the version of the thing that shows this webcam. It'd be nice actually if I. How about if I just show this webcam? Yes, that's a way to do it. Yeah, I'll just show this webcam. Make it bigger. You get out of the way. There you go. Okay. All right. So we'll do this just for now. There we are. Hello, everybody. This is my other camera. Hello. It's my other camera. Yes. I gotta get this thing away over here. And I thought I'd just gonna flip the dial like this. And what's? Oh, can't do it to that one. And let's see what this sounds like. You won't believe what the name of that last patch was. Frogs. Okay. Well, I don't know how exciting that was, but it was pretty exciting to me. Ha ha ha. All right, that's good. All right, back down a little shrinkaroony. Yes, I'm over here. Yes, I'm over here. Okay, so, all right, let's go back to the comments. Oh, wait. On Michael Daniels' cue. Okay, there we go. Yes, I'm learning. I learn. Okay. People want me to do the radio show. More Maybelline, please. Look at that. Comes back from a barbecue and dives right into the Bluetooth Jubilee variety show. How can you lose? How can you lose? What a great way to digest barbecue. Okay, so Oh, we have Canva. That Canva thing was pretty good. Yes, Froggy Bog. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. So, anyway, all right, that one was just totally experimental. I have no idea what patches I even have on this thing. Plus, it's connected to all these other computers, all synthesizers out there. So you're hearing it 35 times. Okay, so there we go. All right, so let's talk about Hey, I did give an intro of what I was going to talk about. Yeah, let's go down here. And yeah, so the actual name of the patch at the very end was frogs, which I was flying past them, but you heard I just was spinning through the patches and letting them just sound out, and I saw frogs, so I had to dial back to it and end on frogs. So okay, so there you have it. All right, so let's see. We'll go over to this, and for some reason I'm not seeing. Oh yes, I know why. Boink. There you see me, and there's the script, and there's the. So let's go into my. This is at YouTube, and I'm going to go in as if I was going to create a show like this one. Okay, really quick. This is only going to take about 5 minutes or so. So, because I'm not going to actually do each step, but what you do is you click on the video manager over here, okay, and you click on that, so it drops down, and it'll start loading in all your videos, and then you click on live events, and it shows your live now event, and see up here on the upper right, it says new live event. Okay, so you click on that, and I'm pretty sure I can do this during a show. If not, then I'll see you next week. I don't know what will happen. So you click on new live event, and it loads in this thing, create a new event. So basically, you give it a title, okay, and you tell it when it's going to be, okay. So, and what I usually do is I copy stuff from a previous show. So I start pasting stuff in at this point. I make it the event of the day, so it'd be on the 31st. And you give it the time that it's going to start. And so in my case, it would be 5 o'clock. And then you can add an end time if you want. I usually do because it shows up in the event page automatically if I do this. Okay, and it adjusts itself for people's time zones. And so you see this would be May 31st would be next Sundays. And you put in your description stuff, and like I say, I usually copy and paste from previous week and then alter it, and that makes things easy. One really cool thing that I will show you that let's see if I can get up today's video. Let me see. Oh, well, I can get to that right from the comment stream. So let me go into the comment stream. Make like I'm going to play this video for a sec. Go to YouTube. All right, great. There we go. So this is stopped. I'll show you that, and this is playing now. See if I can get up. Stop today's. Okay. So normally what I do is I go ahead and I engage the under my settings. Actually, under more tools, you can go right to extensions. Okay, hope you can see that. Goes to extensions. So I go to tools, more tools, extensions, and I start up this great little app that I have at the bottom here called vidIQ Vision for YouTube, and I enable it because I usually keep it disabled because it does take up resources. Okay, so now that that's enabled, I can go back to my video page here and refresh it, and you will see the vidIQ thing appear right here. More tools, and look at that. Extensions. So stop that. There you go. This is actually today's show over here. So here's the tags. So I'm going to need those tags in just a half second. So let's go back to where is it? Oh, over here. Okay, so you see I put in my description, and then I have the tags here. So what I do is I go in and I grab those tags. So let me again go back here to where those were. Oops, wrong one. And there it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. There it is. So I click on the little icon right here. You see that little little paperclip icon? I click on that with this loaded in, and it copies all those tags, and it says tags copied. Okay, and so I'll go ahead and do it again so you can see it say tags copied. So you see tags copied. All right, so now I can go back to here, and I can click in here, and I can paste, and boom, there's all my tags from last week's show in there again. So as long as if your shows are having a consistency and you're using the same tags, this is a lot faster than typing 15, 20 tags in, you know. And usually about 15 is the maximum you want to put in. By the way, you'll notice I put in things that are consistent from each show to show. Not only are many of these tags consistent, like blue, the color, Bluetooth Jubilee, but my website, terrybritton.com, my name, Terry Leigh Britton. When you have consistent things, then in the suggested videos later on down the road, your other videos will appear in the suggested videos, okay, on the right side. So you'll get them all packed together. So that's why I do this in a big way, okay? Okay, so then you have your advanced settings. You put in a little message for your, I always only, since I'm going to have an event page, it's going to wind up shared publicly, I don't click on the Google Plus item here. I don't click on that Google Plus item. I uncheck that. I only create a short tweetable version of my description, okay? Then I go, and it's public, of course. I go to advanced settings. I make it how to style. I set what the recording date's going to be, which will be on the 31st. And nothing much else to do in here that's outside of my normal settings. Okay, so these are my normal settings. And I don't monetize these for weeks, okay? Tend to let people just jump right into the show and enjoy it first. So, so now that you've done that, you then create the event. And so I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, I can't because I didn't put in a title. Okay, well, let's go ahead and let's get some title stuff going on. All right, so copy and paste it in. It's basic info. May as well do this because that's where you'll be able to actually see the whole process. And remember, I think I was just going to do 10 of these originally. And the description, I'll do the same thing. I'll copy the description from last week. Copy. Just clicking in there, you see selects it all. And click cancel. And I'll paste that into the description. All right, so this won't matter because nobody's going to see it, okay? And then I create the event. Okay, so now I have an event created, and I then upload a thumbnail. And what I do is I go to Pixlr templates, or I go to Pixlr, and I go ahead and, it's too small an image for a thumbnail. And no, I don't need to save that. So I create a new image. I drop this down, go to the very bottom, and I say movie 720 because that's the size of mine, and I make it transparent. Okay, hope you're catching all this. And let me reset my palette locations. There we go. So now I have a 1280 by 720 image. I go ahead to layer, open image as layer. I find an image that's big enough, and I probably don't have anything that's really that big. I have no idea what this capture is of. Let's see. Have any pictures in here? Oh, okay, I'll just use this one. So this was the one I used in my very first show. Okay, so I fill it in. If it was too big, this one happens to be already 1280 by 720, so it fit right in. But if it didn't, I would go up to edit and free transform, and I would make it fit the size of the window. Okay, so then I save that and upload it. So save it to desktop, for instance. And yeah, just go ahead and save it to desktop. That's what I'll do. Well, heck, it's already in here. So I'll just go, it's OneDrive pictures. So now we'll walk through the rest of the process. Let's go here. So we click on Browse. I know it's in here in my OneDrive. In my pictures is this guy, and I know it's the right size, and so it loads it up. And there it gets that picture. Now I'm going to switch this out right away, just about, and then it saves it for you as soon as you get your image up there. Then you select a stream. Now I use custom ingestions instead of basic. Notice we're already in the main camera thing. We're in the ingestion settings area up here at the top. Okay. I already have made a stream that I use over and over called 720 primary stream, and that way I don't have to recopy into OBS the special key, the little code that identifies me every time. I can just keep recycling the same code. I don't have to do any more copying and pasting. So this is done. This is all ready to go. So now I have to go to View on Watch page. I right-click on it, and I say copy link address, because that's the actual page of the video that the video is going to be on. So now I'm done in here, and now I'm going to go over to Google Plus and do the rest in Google Plus. Okay, so let's go ahead to my Google Plus page, and this would be freezing up like crazy if I were doing it on the same computer as this stream, believe me. And look at that, everything's nice and big because I got everything nice and big for the other thing. Go down here to events. Okay, to events, and now I'm not actually going to do this because I'm not ready to, I don't have the right picture, and the picture will show up in my event, so I'm not really going to do it. But you go click on create an event, not plan a hangout. First thing you do, well, of course you, now mind you, I can change the theme now. I can find different themes through here and pick a theme. Now I always use the same theme every week because everybody identifies with my Blue Juice Jubilee theme. Okay, so which is somewhere in here. But there's another way of doing this. But let me show you quick, since you have, in case you're doing it first time, you go down here to Advanced and click on that and click on Show More Options. All right, now that that's showing, a magic new fields appear. Now you can put in your details, and you can copy from the previous week. Website URL can be your website. It's got to be a verified website. And here you put that YouTube URL that I copied before. Okay, so oops, wrong thing. So there, I copied that YouTube URL in there, and I would then make it public. Okay, and that's the way I would do this. Okay. However, let's show you an alternative thing. I think you understand now that you're in here. You make it public. You give it a name. You have to have an event title. You know, don't need location. You want to have details and a cool theme up here for the picture. All right. So now let's show the other way of doing this. Let me go in here and hit cancel. Oops. Get back here. Cancel. The other way of doing this is to find your own events that you've already made. Okay, if you're doing a series, this is the way to do it. So you have Blue Juice Jubilee Variety Show by Golly, is happening right now. Okay, so I go ahead into this event by clicking on the link, and I could have done this over there in the comments section, but just walking you through the whole thing. And so there I have the show. I go over here to this little down arrow on the right of details, and look at that, duplicate event. Duplicate event. So I hit that, and look at that. Now all I have to do is change the date, change the title so it says number 10, and there we go. So I just change that so it says 10, and do my editing of my date, you know, it would be the 31st, and this will end at 8:30. You get it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Change my my stuff in here, and remember this allows the Google Plus formatting with the underscores and the asterisks and stuff. And then I would paste my YouTube URL in here, because this is the one that you're watching. There you go. Paste in the one of the new one. And but look down here, 2. These are all the people that said yes to this show here. So look at, that's all you guys. That's you guys right there. Hey. So so it already creates it so it's set to public, and it already invites everybody in the list that said yes. If somebody says no, they're taken off of the list. Get it? Okay. So so that's already in there. And then you can add some more people. You hit invite, bingo, it creates the event, it invites everybody, and it shows up in your profile and in the timeline, and everyone is following you, sees it, and all that kind of good stuff, okay? Ain't that awesome? So now you've seen the whole 9 yards. That's how it's done. There's nothing else to know, okay. All right, so let me just move this over here and get the comments stream and get this up here. Wait, where am I? Okay, here we are. Oh, I picked up the wrong window. There we go. Zoom. Okay, so there you have it. And okay, well, all right, exhilarating. And that was it. Nobody's commented. Everybody's gone to get a hamburger day before Memorial Day. Well, I did the big show of how I do the big show. I cannot blame you. All right, so that's how I set up the live stream show. You see, it's a two-step process. Start out in YouTube, in your Creator Studio area, make a new live event, and get that plugin so that you can grab the tags. You copy the video URL after you've created the event. You go over to Google Plus, create a new live event, or copy, duplicate an existing event, and paste in that URL for the YouTube thing and all the other fields, and you're all set to go with a streaming event. Okay, so that's that. And now in week 10, I will I'll cover a little bit of a taste of what OBS is doing behind the scenes. My mixing program is very similar to what Manycam does, to what XSplit does, and to what Wirecast does, and possibly some other similar types of software, but they are awesome. Okay, but yeah, duplicate feature, underutilized. Yes, indeed. And Roland makes it. Yes, okay. All right, so what should I do now? Oh my gosh, I gotta look at what was I planning on doing. Okay, let's see. Here's my get this in here. Okay, what was I planning on doing? Let's see. Okay, so that was Eyes Closed segment number. The radio. Yes, I snuck that radio thing. I kept flashing this in front of everybody. Kind of as a teaser, but we wanted the radio show to be a surprise, so obviously it was. All right, so Google's amazing tools. I showed you the image search tools and stuff like that. I wanted to plug Roland Takaoka's shows we did last couple of weeks. We had 2 really good shows. Let me bring up one. First one was on video production basics. And let me go right to that post. And this is the post I did on my site that I shared. And let's see if I can't get it in here. Oh, look, it's just showing the whole thing. All righty. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. No, you're supposed to be responsive. You're supposed to be responsive, you know what I mean? Okay, so this is the post, and I have no idea why it's not responsive. It should have resized itself, but it didn't. But there you have it. This is the post, and you'll find it on my page, where we had a great interview with Albert Chacon, who gave it a lot of basics on lighting, the microphones, and just the basics to get started doing video. And of course, our usual emphasis on just get going, just get started. You have to learn by falling down a bunch of times. And a really cool thing is that there's a downloadable PDF. I'm not even sure if I included the downloadable PDF in here. It didn't show up in here. I'll paste it in my edit. I'll edit this thing and paste it in at the top, because there's also a downloadable PDF. If you go to the original, click on originally shared, it takes you to, at the very tip top of the share is the downloadable PDF with a list of equipment, a list of things you got to take into consideration and stuff like that. So there we go. So yes, it was a good show, very good show. And I'm just gonna have to go back here to, there we go. So you know, I just realized I have everything blown up for the comment stream, but this is the program. There's Albert, and there we go. And this is the download right here at R&D Hotline Video Production Download. Okay, so it'll get you this PDF. It's really awesome. Okay, so what else did I share from here? The other thing was we did a full walkthrough on how to set up a YouTube channel. Okay, and oh, I see why I can't get this stuff to act responsibly, because I've got everything blown up as much as I can. All right, well, we'll just go ahead and go to the originally shared. And you'll see I say press to come up with something to talk to. This is what we came up with. But I really do, people that haven't organized their channel will really enjoy this show, because we talked about the organizing a YouTube channel. And what do I mean by YouTube channel? What the heck is Terry talking about? What I'm talking about is when you click on your YouTube channel, my channel, and it takes you in here. This is my channel, okay? And let's see, view as new visitor. So it's going to load it in so you see it as a new visitor would see it. And what it does is, for a new visitor, I've got a little, well, actually, right now it's just showing the current show. All right, so it shows all this kind of stuff. I can also have it so that I can show someone who hasn't subscribed yet. They will see a video here that's telling them what the channel's about. It's actually completely inaccurate now, because I have so much more stuff. I keep adding stuff. And so now, it used to just be about the CamStudio videos that were on there, but now it's about a lot more too. So, keep modernizing. But anyway, so that's what that video is here at the YouTube channels in depth. So, so you can find that on my profile and also over there at the SMMSmarties. And I spelled it wrong. It's SMMSmarties. I keep calling it SMMSmarties. I don't know why. What's the matter with me, Roland? So anyway, there you go. Get my brain transplant one of these days as soon as I can afford it. And oh yes, donations. My Kickstarter campaign for Terry's brain transplant has finally been put in place. So if you want to make a donation, I only need $300,000 for the brain transplant. Of course, I'm doing it in a small, isolated country that doesn't charge as much as they charge here. But nonetheless, they still need $300,000 because brains are expensive, apparently. Okay, so, all right, so what else we're going to talk about here today? Well, I've been anxious to talk about the map is not the territory. So yes, the map is not the territory. Science has described mathematical principles that help us make predictions, okay? And they're very good. They come up with mathematical formulas and that help us make predictions. So we can, through our science, we can demonstrate that these math formulas continually and repeatedly make predictions that are dependable and accurate within a certain percentage of error, so that we can rely on them to make predictions, and upon those predictions build new science and do new research and new experiments that lead to more discoveries and possibly more, hopefully more useful formulas, mathematics, that help us make newer predictions. However, they're still only math formulas describing predictions of what behavior we think is going to be like. We actually don't know at all why any of this stuff is happening. We have no idea why the universe ended up this way exactly. We have some basic ideas. We know that the Big Bang happened and we had a huge amount of energy, and it finally coalesced into less energetic energy that had some organized as quarks and bosons and all these elementary particles that eventually coalesced into the atomic particles that make up atoms, and all this living in a quantum world. Very nice, but we still really don't know what the heck this thing is that's coalescing. Why did it even happen? What the heck is this stuff we call energy? What are electromagnetic waves? Well, believe it or not, there are places that believe electromagnetic waves. They question, do they exist? Okay? Even Maxwell, who wrote the equations describing electromagnetic waves, their relationship between electrical fields and magnetic fields, even he knew that this was uncertain stuff. Okay? The energy in electromagnetic phenomena is mechanical energy, but he didn't know why. He didn't know what the mechanics were of what made this thing happen. Now, I do resent people that say it was just a theory, because just a theory, that's off the wall. A theory is the highest level that science can get. It means because all science is not about facts like people think. Science is about theories that are always held in question. You can always prove a scientist wrong. Scientists are always open to being proven wrong. They want to be proven wrong. I mean, their ego is hurt. Oh, I was proven wrong. But no, they're not ego hurt. Theory is the highest level of scientific achievement because it's always kept at that level where it's still challengeable, still questionable, and still can be brought further. So it's just a theory is a load of crap. You know, it's really hard to come up with something that gets the crown of being called a theory. So, however, nonetheless, I understand why they would say it's just a theory, because it is questionable. And just a theory is just a way of saying that it's just a theory, I guess. But it's just to keep mindful that these things are always questionable. Okay, so what else? Look at this guy. Another place that says, does this stuff really exist? There is actually a new theory with a video and everything that shows how, and I'll have links in the description later on, that there actually is a debate on whether some of this stuff exists or whether it comes about by a completely ununderstood means, a misunderstood means, okay? Just what causes this stuff to happen? Is it radio waves that are existing, or is that a phenomena that is a measurable phenomena by our instruments that goes beyond what our instruments are capable? And that's the kind of questions it asks. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about all of these, but you have the magnetism, you have the gravity one, and the whole idea, though, is that several scientists are saying that if you look at things, you look like into astrophysics, studying way back into the millions and millions and millions of years back in time that we can see with our radio telescopes and whatnot. It looks like, and you look at things actually where you're actually looking back at the universe coming into formation, that the universe simply seems to happen into existence, okay? It just, for some reason, it's happening into existence. Where that's happening from, what's coming out, where it's coming from, is unknown. Is it parallel universes? Is it multiple universes and their effects on each other by being close to each other, that having something like gravity that draws new matter and new energy basically out of nothingness? We don't know, but we're getting closer to find out, and some experiments seem to actually support that out of nothingness is where stuff comes from, because they've been able to actually do experiments and make stuff appear out of nothingness. And there's some experiments that are all about that, but they're waiting to get funding. Well, heck, they need a super collider like they just did with that massive thing. So it's, they're just trying to raise their few $1 million so they can do the experiments. But the science is solid, and so it might actually get done someday. All right, so that's your map. It's not the territory. Big speech for today. All right, one last thing, and I'm going to do a musical interlude, is Peter Diamandis' blog over at Tumblr, which is kind of cool that he's keeping a blog over at Tumblr. Peter Diamandis is the abundance guy. Let me see. Do I have that book nearby? No, I don't. He wrote a book called Abundance that normally I have close at hand so I can whip it up and wave it around. And I thought I had it close at hand today, but I don't. All right, so he wrote a great thing called Abundance. Let's just get past this. You can sign up for his newsletter. It's a worthy newsletter. It's not one of those pain in the neck. I wish he'd never send me all this darn spam type newsletters. It's a good newsletter. It makes you think and it expands your mind and makes you think about the future, because basically Peter Diamandis is a futurist. He's he's a student of what current trends are destined to take us to. Okay, which just obviously has to be a end result of some of the current research and current trends going on right now. And so his articles are usually always interesting. Well, they're always interesting. I've never read an article by him that wasn't interesting. And his book Abundance is also a tremendous book. I pre-ordered it and even got the T-shirt and everything. Okay, so that's my big thing, and I'll have the links to his Tumblr thing, and I can't encourage you enough to go ahead and sign up for that. Okay? Now, I'm hearing bleep bleeps. What's this bleep bleep? Huh? Oh, thank you. That's this. You are welcome. All right, cool. So my radio stars are all taking off for the night to go eat some barbecue and hamburgers and stuff. All right, so what did I leave out? What did I leave out? Oh, I was going to do a guided meditation. You know what? I'm going to do that at the very end of the show. And I end at 8:30 normally, but I'm going to go extended so that I can do this guided meditation from Robert Fritz. So anybody want to hang out at the very end? It's the combination of the conditioned response deep relaxation technique, and following that, you'll give yourself a post-hypnotic suggestion so that you can get back into that state really fast. Just say your name, take 3 deep breaths, and be back in that. And then I'll discuss the sleep technique, and that'll take us 15 minutes or 10-15 minutes beyond the usual ending. I'm not like all hot to leave because none of my PBS shows are on anymore. All those great shows, Masterpiece Theater stuff, is over with for the season. So anyway, yeah, no poetry readings, monetization joke of the week, no. Oh, I wanted to cover making use of bad images. So let's get back to the Pixlr editor. Let's cancel this. And let's find a bad image. Well, we found a bad image. Okay, this is a bad... No, it's a good image. This is me at the age of 12 or something at Camp Maweehoo in Kent, New York, or Sherman, Connecticut. And, yeah, it's clowning around. But let's say this didn't have this distinctive young genius in the picture, and all I really had was this section over here, this woodsy section. What on earth could I do with such a section? What could I do? So let's find out. Okay, so there's a section, and I'm going to go ahead and blow it up. There we go. And it's awful. What could you do with this? Huh? It's even pixely. Well, this is what you can do with it. Here we go. I am going to make a copy, duplicate layer, and I'm going to go up here to filters, and I'm going to get out my Gaussian blur. Oh yeah! And I'm going to adjust the amount so I can get real little amount or a little more. And you notice all those blocky pixels have disappeared. And now I have this scary looking face in the background, and that's perfect. So now I have a background that I could put some other picture over the top of. You get what I'm saying? So now I could go ahead and I could go find a picture. Let's see. go find myself a tree frog. Copy image URL. Okay. Notice all I did was copy the image URL. And go ahead to layer. Open image URL as layer. Paste it in. And oh, it doesn't like it. Ah, I can't use that particular one. 1 second. Oh, I know why. I have to click on the darn picture. There we go. Now I can use the image URL. I can't use Google's image URL. So there we are. And layer, open image. Hopefully this is going to work. I'm not wasting your time. There it is. Okay, and notice it's way, way big. So I have to go to edit and free transform. And let's see. And click around. Oh, there we go. Okay. The by the way, the free transform tool has been broken for ever since they did some update. So you'll see the corners will disappear off the screen on you. Anyway, you hold the shift key down and drag and get this thing so it's in the middle. Now I really don't want any of this white in the picture, so I'm going to try a blending mode and see if I can't get that to show through with my background. So I got that layer. And I got my opacity, and I got a blending mode, and let's try, come on, let's try multiply. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so that made that disappear. All the white disappeared into the background, and I'm now going to do a little adjustments with the curves and brighten her up. There we go. Change that. Multiply might not have been the best choice, but I just want to get this thing done. So now I have an image on top of a strange background, and how can we lose with the system we use? Okay, so another thing I could have done is I could use this strange background for a text thing. This is strange text, and there we go. Get my move tool out and put it, and there we have it. So might be a good background for strange text. But you notice I took a really awful portion of a picture that was full of blocks, applied some blur, and it became a viable background for things. Not to mention that this background for things here is usable. Also, I can colorize it. I can go up here to adjustment, hue saturation. I can colorize it and change it to any color I want. Of course, unfortunately, I'm also, because I'm in multiply mode, I'm also changing the color of the frog, but nonetheless, that's what you get. All right, so there you have it. And oh, someone's bleeping me. 1 second. I'm hearing bleeps. Oh, take care and thank you. Yay. Okay. There's my stars taking off. All right. So there's your Pixlr trick of the week. I wonder, let's see if another blending mode might have worked better, just because I want to know. Okay. How about overlay instead? I still see the white. Oh, wait. How about screen? No. That's darken, I think would do it either. No, not subtract, please. Well, when I want to get spooky. And lighten. Nope, definitely not. Okay, so multiply is the closest I get. And erase. Nope, I can't find. I don't see an easy. Alpha just gets rid of all pixels. All right, so it looks like multiply is the primary one that makes that thing show up. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, so we don't need to keep this anymore, but I think we have a spooky enough thing going on. Now the other thing, of course, you can do is you can go ahead and actually work on the white and just get rid of the white of this image. So let's go ahead and let's turn this back to normal. And you can just say, I want to get rid of the white. So you can use your magic wand tool, and you can click on this and attempt to get rid of the white. Now, you're probably going to have to feather it a little bit and mess with the tolerance. I don't even see a feathering control. But basically, once you've made the selection, you would hit delete, and then you'd come in with your eraser tool and clean it up and stuff like that. But I'm going to explore more what kinds of actual tools for selection that this thing might have down the road. But as you can see, this is pretty crude the way it is. But if it has feathering and it has the ability to resize, things like that, which it might, I doubt it though, then you'd be able to do some pretty fancy things. But that's down the road. All right, so let's get out of here. Let's do a musical interlude. Here we are. Okay, I didn't want. I was determined I was going to do that. Okay, now not enough time really for a multi-track tonight, is there? And no, I didn't. I didn't do. Oh yes, the mind map of the week. There's a program called CamStudio that I'm in the help desk at their forums. And I made some videos, and the video I've got the most views on is a CamStudio how-to tutorial. I guess 600,000 views. But way back when I made a mind map. So this is the shared mind map of the week, and let's just bring it up. And I did have it on my screencasttutorials.org website, but as a Java thing, and so a lot of people couldn't view it anymore because Java is now anathema to most browsers. But this this covers a bunch of things: compressing in virtual dub, thinking welcome. And I don't know why that's even up there. Looks like a mess up. I must have dragged this up here. I sure did. So, it's not in edit mode. But anyhow, this is the idea. You get a whole bunch of information. I can right click on, I can't do anything in here. Let's go ahead and edit the map. Okay, now I can do tons of stuff. So let's go ahead to tools. And no, to show detail, I'll show 2 levels. And now you see I've actually got little articles, little paragraphs on all of these different issues, recording the screencast, preparing the presentation. There we go. Et cetera, et cetera. It's a great kind of synopsis on getting a whole lot out of this screen recording tool. A lot of the stuff that's in here could be applied to Screencast-O-Matic and Pixlr, not Pixlr, Jing, and other screencasting recording tools. Even OBS, which is also a screen recorder. So, so it's a useful thing, and I think you'll probably get something out of it if you go ahead and visit it and tool around in it. And maybe if everybody begs me, I'll actually turn it into a course one of these days. Because that was its original intention, was to become a course. It just never happened. Okay. All right, so that's the mind map of the week. So let's go over to the comments and bring those up. And there we go. Uh-oh. People saying I froze up. No. Okay, I hope it's okay. Yeah, everybody heard those pings. I'll remember to turn off my notifications next time I've got those guys in here. Yeah, and by the way, what Michael, Heather, and Andrew were in a Hangout video call, not a recorded thing. This is a streaming video. It's called YouTube live streaming. Okay, which is a little bit different from a Hangout on Air. A Hangout on Air includes thumbnails and stuff at the bottom and does a lot of this compositing automatically. It's an easier way of doing what I'm doing, but it's not as consistent. So that's why I do this way, because to get more consistency. Okay, so so no, yeah, no Hangout in this demo. That thing that you're seeing with where Andrew's still sitting there. Here he is. Hey! That's a Hangout video call, okay? which means it's not recording itself. And then I bring it into a capture card from a second. This is another computer he's on. Everything that you see in that little window is actually on a second computer, and I bought a capture card for $125 that lets me bring the video from that computer into this computer to process and send out to the internet. So that's, if you really want to get, fancy like I love doing, because this is also a hobby of mine and I love doing it. And I kind of needed to do it because my computer wasn't powerful enough to do this encoding and all of this other stuff at the same time, run all these programs. So that's why I have those all running on a second machine, and the encoder and sound all done on this machine. Yeah, so anyway, so yeah, that's what that is. Okay, thank you for helping me there, Andrew. Okay, so yeah, if you need some help, you want to be walked through doing this kind of a presentation, let me know. Oh, look at that, magnetism and magnetospheres. I love magnetospheres. Little round magnets, yeah, a little circular, like a marble. Magnetosphere, they call it. It's a magnet. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, don't hit me, Eileen. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so there, Roland's explaining the same thing. I have a whole bunch of programs that's coming in through that capture card. Da-da-da-da-da. Someone called it a presentation, but this is a show. Yeah. No poetry reading, sorry. I knew I was going to be tight. So, okay. So, everything working? Okay, cool. Alrighty, time for the grand finale musical interlude. And, geez, what am I going to do? I really wanted to get a good one of those sounds. I wanted to get one of those sounds that just evolves and evolves so I don't have to touch anything. No. Set up this thing. Okay, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be an A minor. And that takes us up to the hour. Okay, so you had a musical interlude to close. And thanks everybody for coming. I am going to go to to black screen after I say thanks to everybody. But and thanks for Andrew for providing us with a poem. Oh, look at that! That's cool. Wow. Christy did a hangout just like this last Wednesday. That's awesome. So cool. So there's the poem. There is no rhyme for a reason. 'Tis the holiday season. This show was much work. So the poem he did shirk, and thus the season's the reason. Well, that's true. Yes, true. Okay. Oh, look at that. Something on the magnetosphere. Yes. And look, she didn't even yell at me for calling them little circular spherical magnets. Okay. All right, great. So, good night, everybody. If you want to hang around, for the guided meditation, I think you'll enjoy it. I'll have a link to that part of the video in it, but we're going to I'm going to pick up my script and I'm going to put it to black screen and do it. So, thanks a million for showing up. Thanks for all your comments. And and one of these days I may collect all of the musical interludes together into one place and upload them as a thing, but maybe we'll see. Okay, so I'll see you all next week, and hang around if you want to hear the guided meditation with the conditioned response deep relaxation technique that you can drop into whenever you want to, instantly, and get to a super deep state of relaxation, which I know you'll love. And it's actually the health benefits are gigantic. It's like a lot of people wish they could even get this deep doing meditation, and breathing exercise and stuff. Tell the truth, if they would do this first before starting their meditation, they would cut out 20 minutes of meditating time, get right to a really super deep, clear-minded state. Because the thing about this state is it's getting you like into a near alpha state. And believe it or not, you're not sleepy when you're in this state. Your mind is actually clearer. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to go to the black screen effect, and I'm going to read this thing. So again, thanks everybody. Good night, and see you next week. Bye-bye. Okay, this is the conditioned response deep relaxation technique. Close your eyes, relax even more. Begin to tense the muscles of the feet, legs, and hips. Tense, tense. Hold that tension and quickly relax. Begin to tense the muscles of the stomach, chest, and back. Tense, tense. Hold that tension and quickly relax. Begin to tense the muscles of the shoulders, arms, and hands. Tense, tense. Make two fists. Hold that tension and quickly relax. Begin to tense the muscles of the neck and head. Tense, tense. Make a face. Hold that tension and quickly relax. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, allow yourself to relax even more. And now imagine that every cell of your body is beginning to relax. Imagine cellular relaxation is starting at your toes and moving into your feet and into your legs and extending into your trunk area and extending into your chest and back. And starting at your hands and extending up your arms and across your shoulders and into your neck and head. Imagine that every cell of your body is entering into a deep state of relaxation. I'm going to count backwards from 100 to 0. And when I get to 0, allow yourself to be in a very deep state of relaxation and find that you have excellent rapport between your subconscious and your self-conscious. 100, and now more relaxed. 99, and a bit more relaxed. 98, and now 97, now 96, and more relaxed, down to 95, and 94, and now down to 93, and down to 92, and 91, And now down to 90. And now all the way down to 80. And 70. And 60. And all the way down to 50. And 40. And 30. And 20. And 10. And now a very deep state of relaxation and of effortless concentration. 0. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, allow yourself to go even deeper into this very pleasant state of effortless concentration and deep relaxation. Say this in your mind as it is said aloud. Subconscious, when I say to you the words deep relaxation and take 3 deep breaths, I will return to this state of relaxation very quickly, easily, and automatically. In just a moment, I'm going to ask you to return to normal consciousness, to quickly open your eyes, and to look around the room. Tell your subconscious that you'll be able to do this very easily. Okay, come back to normal consciousness, open your eyes, and look around the room. Just come back quickly and open your eyes. Just do it. Look around the room and focus your attention here in normal consciousness. Good. Here you are. Now, if you had any trouble returning to normal consciousness, as you practice, you should know that you'll gain a certain gracefulness in terms of the way that you can move your consciousness from plane to plane. This technique can be used to relax quickly in moments of stress, by the way. Okay, so you all still awake? So let's practice moving from one level of consciousness to another now. Close your eyes. Say the key suggestion to your subconscious, which is deep relaxation. Take 3 deep breaths and allow yourself to go to that very deep level of relaxation that you practiced. Take another deep breath, and as you exhale, allow yourself to go even deeper. Now, say this in your mind as it is said aloud. Subconscious, when I say to you the words deep relaxation and take 3 deep breaths, I will return to this state of relaxation very quickly, easily, and automatically. In just a moment, I'm going to ask you to return to normal consciousness quickly and open your eyes and look around the room. Tell your subconscious now that you will be able to do this very easily. Okay, come back to normal consciousness and open your eyes. Look around the room. Just come back quickly and open your eyes. You can even reach this state of relaxation with your eyes open. Look at an object in this room that's not a person. Say the words deep relaxation, take 3 deep breaths, and allow yourself to return once again to the state of deep relaxation that you have practiced. Okay, come back to normal consciousness. Okay, now we're going to practice something called the effect of 4 hours of sleep in 20 breaths. I'm just going to explain it, something you can do anytime. This technique demonstrates some of the practical and yet unusual phenomena which are possible when working with the subconscious. It is possible to produce effects of physical exuberance, heightened powers of concentration, physiological and psychological states of well-being, and additional forms of energy and their counterparts. Time is a relative property to the subconscious. The amount of time it takes to produce effects can be shortened or lengthened. Because you have practiced working with the self-conscious direction to the subconscious a bit, subconscious is able to respond to your direction and manifest the results you choose. So this is one example of the ability of the subconscious to perceive time as being flexible. You may think of it as if time could be expanded and contracted like modeling clay. It makes no difference what is going on in the self-conscious mind during this technique. Do not focus your thoughts. Do not try to stop them. Allow any natural movement of your mind to take place. Many people experience the normal internal dialogue during the technique. Others experience what seems to be a semi-dream state. Well, during the technique, the experience itself is of little consequence. People have different methods in waking from this technique. Some are slow in becoming fully alert, and some are immediately wide awake. Whichever is the case for you, in a few minutes you will feel as though you have just awakened from a refreshing nap. Use this technique whenever you feel the need for rest and you do not have the time for a nap. Okay, so we're going to go do our little technique again. So say the words deep relaxation to your subconscious. Well, actually, let me read first to you what I'm going to read to you so that you're aware of what's coming next. So I'm going to say the words deep relaxation to your subconscious, take 3 deep breaths, and allow yourself to go to that very deep level of relaxation that you have practiced. Number 2 is we'll take another deep breath, and as you do, allow yourself to go even deeper. Number 3, Say this aloud to yourself. Subconscious, I'm about to take 20 deep breaths. The effect of this will be the equivalent of 4 or 5 hours of relaxing, refreshing sleep. Number 4, to reinforce this suggestion, say again to the subconscious, Subconscious, I am about to take 20 deep breaths. The effect of this will be the equivalent of 4 or 5 hours of relaxing, refreshing sleep. And finally, number 5, close your eyes and begin to take your 20 deep breaths. Count each breath and breathe slowly and quietly. When you have finished the 20 deep breaths at your own speed, come back to waking consciousness and open your eyes. Okay, so now we'll actually do the technique. Okay, so if you want to give it a try right now, that's fine, but I'm going to read the actual technique now that you're aware of what's going to be coming next. I guess to get a drink here. The sleep technique. Say the words deep relaxation to your subconscious. Take 3 deep breaths and allow yourself to go to that very deep level of relaxation that you have practiced. Take another deep breath, and as you do, allow yourself to go even deeper. Say this aloud to yourself. Subconscious, I am about to take 20 deep breaths. The effect of this will be equivalent to 4 or 5 hours of relaxing, refreshing sleep. To reinforce this suggestion, say again to the subconscious, Subconscious, I am about to take 20 deep breaths. The effect of this will be equivalent to 4 or 5 hours of relaxing, refreshing sleep. Close your eyes and begin to take your 20 deep breaths. Count each breath and breathe slowly and quietly. When you have finished the 20 deep breaths, at your own speed, come back to waking consciousness and open your eyes.